So I got some bad news, unless you live in Alabama. Ruby's definitely getting on that Sweet Home Alabama train in season 3. There's no way she doesn't learn the truth by probably the midway portion. To be honest, the way episode 24 was looking, it was very much giving me the impression she was going to know by the end of the episode, but then they dropped it's been a 6-month time skip. So I'm assuming by the midway portion, but yeah, Ruby wants revenge. She's hungry, and it's crazy to think, I never thought Ruby might be the reason Aqua gets pushed back on revenge. I really thought either Akane would drop something, Aqua would discover something, but it feels like, especially with that prayer, that she's gonna reveal something and it's all gonna click together, and goddamn, the fact that Therapy-kun doesn't need just Akane and Aqua, they need Ruby too. Jesus, this polyamorous real ship of the season is gonna have his work cut out for him. You know, I got those full live reactions over on Patreon if you want to see my full and thought to these Oshi no Ko episodes over there exclusively. So season 3 has been confirmed, which is real no surprise. We're gonna get a full adaptation of this one 100%. I really don't know where we go from here. There is a little scene after the credits, which, this man he just kills. I swear he's in love with this cliffside and just loves to murder here. I don't get it. I really don't. There was actually a pretty big bombshell, which I didn't see anyone say they thought. I very much thought Aqua wasn't trying to lead Akane to discover the body. I thought he was genuinely, trying to find the body himself. Turns out, no, he manipulated Akane into discovering it by leaving the breadcrumbs, and basically for him, he just wanted to close off that chapter. He needed his body to be discovered, let it be laid to rest, and he moves on with his life. And very much, he kisses Akane. He's pretty much ready to be like, I'll protect you. In a perfect world, this is how the author ends the story. The real dad's actually already dead, he gets to live happily ever after. Instead, what's gonna happen is we're gonna get some toxicity. Aqua's gonna get pushed back on the path of revenge. Akane's probably gonna help. Hell, I guess Ruby's probably gonna help. And it's just gonna be a goddamn therapy session that's not gonna end well, I really feel. But fantastic episode. Ruby wanting revenge or being pissed off is definitely something you kind of can see coming after the end of the previous episode. But it's the way it almost felt like. It's interesting, because if you look at it from Akane's perspective, she's very much like, I don't want to say too much, because saying too much could reveal stuff or push and potentially set up booby traps that will push Aqua back in a bad path. So we're just going to avoid saying too much. That's kind of how the viewer feels, as Ruby, it's like, Ruby knows she was reborn. So it's not an impossible leap for her to assume that Aqua was reborn. And when you have this, I don't even know. I'm saying she's Satan at this point, because there's no way with the way she be scheming up there that she ain't some sort of devil. I don't know. I ain't calling her no god. I'm calling her a goddamn devil. But the way she was implying, like, hey, interestingly enough, this idol gave birth. Interestingly enough, the doctor died around the time and I'm like, it's over. It's completely game over. She's gonna clue into it. Thankfully she didn't, but it's only a matter of time. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if frickin' Aqua is the one who realizes it. But still, this girl is, I can't tell if friend or foe, or maybe more neutral and just likes to, in a weird way, it doesn't give me the impression that this little gothic Lolita girl is, necessarily good or evil. I think she's bored. I think this is just entertainment and just wanting to see what happens. Like, hey, the plotline for this season's getting a little stale. I'm gonna throw in some godlike knowledge and just see what they do with it. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting, and it's gonna be interesting because they did do a time skip. It's been 6 months since, where they decided to drop it, so new school year, new progression, but it can only last for so long. It's unfortunate though, right? Because at the end of the day, the path of revenge is just gonna corrupt them. At the end of the day, does the dad need to be killed, if not put away for life? 100%, but revenge, to get to that point, they're just going to corrupt themselves to the point of maybe not being able to be healed or brought back from that. Never really thought Ruby, of all characters, would be one of the characters who wanted to corrupt themselves to get there, but it feels like something inside her truly snapped when she realized that, who she thought was the love of her life, whatever you thought of that dynamic, not only is dead, but was murdered. And what's it all for now? It's really interesting because they were like taking the pictures or whatever, and just like to see the photographer go from she's so boring, she's so perfect, but lacks personality, to being just starstruck when she was, you know, crying in that like very vulnerable state. I will say the music video that they ended up making, yeah, it's no surprise that it got like, what, 30 million views and popped their career off, because that was a really good song. Kind of a shame because that would have been perfect for an opening or ending for season 3, but I imagine they're going to use that song hopefully a little bit throughout season 3 with different performances, because it's a really freaking good song. The music video was insane. It's funny because there's that one point, I forget what the lyrics say, but it's like super dramatic, and it's like, damn, like with what they're saying and how menacing they're making Ruby, kind of gives you shivers, I ain't gonna lie. But really cute, super stylistic. Like they pulled out every card they had for that music video, and it was freaking cool. I was expecting a couple million views, but if you look at like the YouTube view counter on their screen, it said like 29 million or something like that. Like, yeah, it's no surprise it popped off. That was a viral song and then some. So they made us wait a little bit to get this episode, but yeah, definitely the wait was worth it. They confirmed season 3, which really isn't a shock. I mean, if we didn't get the immediate announcement, it was gonna only be a matter of time. Like, this show's getting a full adaptation before Kaguya-sama 100%, because this show's just more popular. Hopefully Kaguya-sama also gets the full adaptation, but yeah, I mean, Oshi no Ko getting one is really no shocker to me at this point. It feels like, I don't know how many seasons they would need based on the pacing, but I imagine 4, maybe 5 max, because I don't think it's a ridiculously long manga, but at the same time, I don't actually know how much they cover per season. But either way, it's good in terms of entertainment. This is kind of like a trend I've been saying. All of the bad stuff that happens in Oshi no Ko is great for the viewers. It is. Unfortunately, it's the worst thing possible for the characters, and they are going to get thrown into some... I mean, I don't see Ruby backing off from her love once she realizes that now Bro-kun is, you know, Dr. Kun. But it's, ignore the Sweet Home Alabama intensifying. It's the fact that these three are just gonna be murderous lunatics. And I want to feel like, as the gothic Lolita is looking down, laughing at the entertainment, I is disappointed she can't tell them, kids, just have a peaceful life. It's a-okay. Because goddamn, Therapy-kun needs to make an appearance very, very soon in Oshi no Ko, because otherwise, it's over for them. Let me know what you thought of either the last episode or season 2 as a whole. I definitely thought it was better than season 1. Amazing content, but let me know what you're feeling down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we have full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got FBI, gonna need that for Oshi no Ko. 98 per hour, Just a Micro, Lorena Frazier, Klaus Muller, Daniel, Lian Chow, and we also have Marcus Ruchers. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you all have a good one.